Pythagorean theorem. The Pythagorean theorem describes a relationship between the lengths of the legs and the hypotenuse for any right triangle. In a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs. You can use the Pythagorean theorem to find the length of the side of a right triangle if the lengths of the other two sides are known. Okay, so here's the Pythagorean theorem. It's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And here's how I like to plug things in. I'm going to let that be altitude. Let me try to write that again. It's not working real well on my computer right now. Okay, altitude. A is altitude, or the height. B is the base of the triangle, and C is always across from the box. It's the longest side. When I say across from the box, that means it's across from the right angle. In geometry, they will use a right angle as a box. So here on this first one, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The altitude, the height of the triangle is 4. 4 squared plus the base is 5. 5 squared equals, we don't know c, so I'll call that c squared. Okay, so this is not 8 here. It's not 4 times 2. It's 4 2 times. So 4 times 4 is 16, plus 5 times 5 is 25, equals c squared. 16 plus 25 is 41, equals c squared. Now to get c by itself, you got to do the opposite of square. So you got to take the square root of c. So c equals the square root of 41. And they asked in the directions to round to the nearest tenth. So you do need to use a calculator for this. Okay, nearest tenth is 1 decimal place. So 6.4 is the answer for this one. And it's feet, 6.4 feet. Okay, on the next one, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. A is the altitude, the height of the triangle, that is 5. B is the base, the bottom of the triangle, that is 9. And C is across from the box, we don't know it. 5 times 5 is 25. 9 times 9 is 81, equals c squared. 25 plus 81 is 106. So you got to take the square root of that to get your final answer. The square root of 106 is 10.29. Now they want 1 decimal place because they want tenths, so this 9 is larger than 5. So the rule is if it's 5 or larger, the number in front goes up. So I'm going to call this 10.3. meters. Okay, this next one's kind of flipped. It's still a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Since it's flipped, the altitude is a, the base is 15, equals c squared is 25. It's across from the box is 25, and that is the value of c. So you've got a squared plus 15 times 15 is 225, equals 25 times 25 is 625. So this time you got to subtract out 225. $625 take away 225 is 400. A equals the square root of 400. Pretty sure that's even. think it's 20. Yep, 20. So this is 20 feet for this one. Oh, it's not letting me. Okay. Now, they don't have this drawn out in a shape, but they do give you A, B, and C, or they give you two of them. So A is 7, 7 squared, plus B is 12, 12 squared, equals C squared. 7 times 7 is 49. 12 times 12 is 144, equals C squared. Okay, so that's 193 equals C squared. So C equals the square root of 193, which the square root of 193 is 13.9 if you round it properly. Kilometers for that one. Number 5, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. A is 10. 10 squared plus, they don't give you B, so we leave it alone. C squared is 25. 10 times 10 is 100. Plus B squared equals 25 times 25 is 625. Let me check that just to make absolutely sure. Yes, it is. Just didn't trust myself for a second there. Okay, I'm going to subtract out 100. So B squared equals 625, take away 100 is 525. So B is going to be the square root of 525, which equals 22.9 yards. Okay, number 6. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. That'll give us A. B is 14. C is 20. Okay, A squared. Pretty sure 14 times 14 is 196, but let me check it. Yes, 196. Equals 400. 20 times 20 is 400. Subtract out 196. A squared equals 400. Take away 196. Is 204. A equals the square root of 204. .3 when you round it properly. 8.